So I've got yellow, a nice purple, and then a green. So you can, mix it up however you like. But I'm gonna just play with these 3 colors. I always prefer to start out with just a few colors. And it's kind of cool to see the mileage that you can get out of just a couple colors. And you can blend them and get different variations of the hue. But I'll start with this purple. And a little fuzzy. I'm just using a small brush here. This is a 0 round. But even if you use a bigger brush, you just have it in on, kind of have the point, and you can work into this with no sweat. So I'm gonna water this down a bit. I'm gonna start with little M strokes. So if you can see okay, I'm just gonna make some M's for the lavender flower and randomly place them sort of on a stalk, if you will. That's how they grow. So just little M strokes. And I'll do like 2 or 3 stalks. And the same here. Let me see if anybody else needs to come in. And I think, yeah, I gotta let somebody else in. So, second one. Keeping it kind of loose and free. You don't have to worry about it being perfect. Hi, everybody. As you're coming in, go ahead and say where you're from. So can you guys see this okay? I think I got it lit good. And then I'll do a third one, just a smaller one here.
And Byron, he said that about him playing in the Big East as well. You know, he was first team all week, and then 6 all time. Over 1,000 points, 400 points.
There we go. So you have your stalks made with little M strokes and a smaller brush, or just the very point of a larger brush. Like I said, just use what you have and play. So we have the first layer, and we're going to go lighter to darker. There we go. Okay, sorry, just having a little tech problem there with my camera. All right, how's it going? How's everyone doing with their M strokes? We're gonna move on to going in with the same color purple, but this time we won't have as much water and we'll get a deeper value. And you're going to do the same exact thing you did with the lighter value. You're just going to repeat that M stroke, but maybe a little lower and maybe to the side to add some depth to these little flowers. And you can even pop in teenier, darker flowers in between. Like so. So I know Cheryl said she's calling from Ontario. Cindy, did you put in the chat where you're calling in from? Or Glenna? I'm up in northeastern Ohio, and we were just talking about how we've been getting a lot of rain. And we've actually had snow as well, even since, of course, the tulip trees had already bloomed and we had tons of daffodils, but I guess it's not officially spring until it, what is it, the old wives' tale, it snows twice on the daffodils. Let me see, I gotta unmute you guys. I got you muted. Let's unmute so I can hear you. Or just unmute yourself. I guess I've got it so you can do it to share. Yeah, Glenna, go ahead, honey.
I'm in the mountains of southwestern Virginia, and we've had snow and rain and sun and then snow again today. So
You had snow today. Oh my goodness.
we've had all the seasons in one day.
Oh my goodness. Sounds so familiar. Yeah, you almost feel like you should be putting the tree back up, right?
Yes.
So Virginia, beautiful state. Did you say Virginia or West Virginia?
I'm in southwestern Virginia, so
Southwestern Virginia. Okay.
Blacksburg area,
Mhm.
west of Roanoke.
Okay, I do know where Roanoke is.
Yeah.
Beautiful, such beautiful country, the mountains. So pretty. I'm surprised now. Have you guys had a lot of blooming going on?
Yes, everything's
Yeah.
in pretty much full bloom. What we call red buds have
Mm.
bloomed. The Bradford pears they've already come and gone pretty much.
Yeah.
Bills, cherry trees are blooming.
Lovely. Oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. Well, next week we're supposed to get into the 50s and stay there, but we don't hold our breath too long up here. Oh no, Cindy, yes, take care. I'm sorry to hear you guys are having a storm. We've been losing our power with some of these rains we've been getting as well. Be safe, and thank you for stopping by. Hopefully I'll get this replay up and loaded in the next day, and I'll put it on the next email for you. So then you can even go back in, and even with a deeper value of that purple, maybe doing with way less water, and see, it dries. That's another thing with the gouache, it dries fast. But you could always take a blow dryer when you're layering like this. You could dry your first layer with a little blow dryer. And now you're getting a nice deep contrast here, the very base. And I like this because it's kind of meditative, just making little M strokes and having some pretty beautiful results. What mediums do you like to use? Do you all prefer watercolor? Do you like pastel, colored pencil, acrylic?
I'm an acrylic person, but
Nice.
I like to change it up.
That's good. I do too. I like to experiment. That's why I love mixed media so much. And do you prefer any kind of subject matter, or is it just the same kind of thing,
Or
whatever?
whatever, anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
it. So there we've got 3 values of one color. And I like was thinking this is sort of with the I did rosemary one day and I did the dill, and now we're doing the lavender, so we've got a nice little watercolor garden growing. I'm going to go ahead and make some of the green stems now. So I just cleaned off my brush. I'm going to stick with the same size brush. These lavender flowers are so dainty. So I'm just making little brush strokes. And then I'm going to use a sort of a dashed line for the stem, kind of working it and weaving it through these little M-shaped flowers that we have. And then at the base, adding some leaves to the stem. Simple little stroke there. We'll let that dry and I'll move on to the second one. And like I said, it's just sort of a broken line through these flowers. And then some petals. Okay. So do any of you enjoy the fact that you really get to chill out when you get creative? I really like getting into the zone or the flow state. Kind of eases your mind and calms your spirit from the busy day. And it really doesn't take too much time at all to get there. You just have to be intentional with it. So how's everybody doing?
Great.
Anyone have any questions at this point? It's really pretty simple. It's definitely a nice, easy technique. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do for some variation is I'm going to take some of the purple and add some green to it. to get a deeper green so that when this dries, I can go back in and add a little bit more dimension. And you kind of create color harmony when you mix the colors on your palette. Just come in, add a little bit of depth here. Makes it pop a little bit. There we go. And then you can even add a little bit of this darker green to the very, very base of these little flowers. And I like to use this little postcard size format when I'm playing around. It's just like the perfect size to experiment with. You don't have to get caught up in perfection or worry about wasting paper. We need to get out of that mindset anyway. Art supplies are meant to be used, not stuck in a closet gathering dust. Get them out, dust them off, and have fun, play, and set your inner child free. The benefits are centeredness, focus, and a more peaceful spirit. Let's see if we got, okay, I think I got somebody else in here. Just 1 second. Here we go. Hello, welcome. Okay. And by this time, you're definitely in the flow. So you've got your lavender. It's looking really good. Maybe you want to do another one. You could use this as a little greeting card, postcard. You could frame it and hang it in your kitchen. You could use it as a little gift, or it can just be for you. Yeah, let me see. I think I've got, it'll probably write backwards because I don't think I have my camera set to not being mirror. Let's see, but I'm going to use one of these little micron pens because you probably know about these. They're archival ink, so it's permanent. And I'm just going to write. Because I think it looks pretty to name them and have some writing on the illustration or painting, however you want to look at it. Your call, it's your painting. That says lavender in case it's not flipped around for you. You could sign your name. You could go up and under one of the leaves or close to the corner. You could put your initials. And then another fun technique, if you like it white, leave it, but I'll just demonstrate another fun technique that you can play with here. You could take a bigger brush and you can do a wet on wet technique. Just kind of make cloud puddles, just work around your painting. And then you can go back in. I know that purple, if on the color wheel, do I have my color wheel? I do. So sometimes it's fun to take the guesswork out of, maybe you're kind of stuck thinking about what palette you want to use. It's always good to have a color wheel. They also have them online, so you don't need to have a physical one. But it kind of takes the guesswork out if you're feeling a little stuck. This is a great little tool. But the complementary of violet is yellow. So if I was needing some ideas for what color to use next, I can use the color wheel to help me decide. And I'm just adding a little bit of pigment on this wet on wet. And I'm loving the way that the yellow is playing off of the green and the purple. It looks really fresh and pretty. Then you can even play around with the intensity of it. If you feel it's too washed out, you can go back in and just add a little more pigment in certain spots. You kind of get like a nice vignette. Looks really pretty. I'll show you one more cool technique. You can take a paper towel and you just sort of fold it up, and you can pick up some of this paint, and it makes a really cool textury print on the paper. And you could add more colors to the background if you want. I think I'm going to stick with just the yellow. Maybe. I think it looks good. So there you have it. Some lavender ends. I'll just show you. You could go in and do the green, or you could lay down the background first, and you could then paint on top of a background the lavender. So there's a couple little variations to demonstrate. So you can keep playing after we're done. I hope you're feeling some joy from this activity, and I hope that you're in the zone and feeling real chill and wanting to continue. That's the whole idea, is to get the ball rolling and stay there. It gets to be quite addicting. You don't want to stop, and that's a good thing. So if you have any questions, I'll wait for a few minutes here, and then I will let you get on with your evening. I know a lot of you probably have other things to do, but I thank you for joining me, and I will be sharing with you some information in the upcoming emails about August or April. I don't want to rush into August. April 22nd, I'm going to be doing a creativity workshop, and I'll be sending you the details on that as the time gets closer. So I
Thank
think,
you.
oh, you are so welcome. I hope you enjoyed.
I think that was fun.